Hello gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about blitz pickup against the nickel 3-3 loop blitz that everybody is using online right now. Pro players, people in just MUT head-to-head, whatever. This blitz is incredibly common, and we're going to show you one of our setups on how to pick that up. Now before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about the patch that just dropped. You guys can skip ahead in the video if you don't care about the patch notes, but I'm going to cover those real quickly. Okay, so I'm going to get through this extremely quickly. I'm only going to talk about 3 of the major things that were changed. If you guys want to read the full patch notes, I'm going to include the link in the description and you guys can read it for yourselves. But there's 3 major things that they did. So first of all, slow UI transitions. The menus were extremely slow in Ultimate Team. That's no secret. And they have made improvements so that those are going to go by a little bit faster. I would say that's one of the most annoying things about the game that had nothing to do with gameplay. So I'm really glad that they realized that and they addressed it. Now this next one, I'm not gonna lie, this one kind of annoys me, and I'm actually gonna read the entire paragraph. So passing accuracy. We've heard players' feedback about passing accuracy specifically inside of Ultimate Team gameplay. This title update does not include any updates or tuning to passing accuracy. As the player content in Ultimate Team progresses and the passing ratings get better, the expectation is quarterbacks will naturally become more accurate. However, we will continue to actively monitor quarterback performance, take feedback, and if necessary, make tuning changes in future title updates. So the reason that I read the entire paragraph and I'm just kind of annoyed by the whole thing is the fact that they know it's an issue, but they're basically saying, as we get better cards, we're going to drop them. You guys can pay us for them. If you want your quarterback to be accurate, you're going to have to pay us for these cards. Like, that's kind of what they're saying, because they kind of know that the thresholds aren't being met on these quarterbacks and they can't make the passes. And while I do understand the logic of thresholds being important, these throws are embarrassing right now. Like, that's one of the worst things about the gameplay is these quarterbacks can be clean in the pocket and they just randomly airmail these throws. They just go into the sideline or they miss by like 10 plus yards. It's not realistic for quarterbacks to miss like that. I personally hate it. Let me know in the comment section if you guys care if quarterbacks are inaccurate right now. But this paragraph kind of annoyed me with the fact that they didn't really address this. And then the final thing I'm going to talk about in patch notes before we talk about the blitz pickup is this first bullet point here, which is the best thing about the entire patch. Tuning to allow the defense more time to make adjustments versus hurry up offense. Thank God, because defense was impossible against people who are like quick snapping bunch and trips tight end. We actually talked about it in the video yesterday. And I was saying, hey, I'm posting this now because the more people that are doing this, the quicker EA is going to address this. And thank God it was the next day. I'm so happy about this. The gameplay is going to be a lot better now that we have additional seconds to make adjustments on defense. So I did take a clip so you guys can see kind of how the no huddle quick snap works now. Now this was offline, so it's going to be a little bit different in game, but it's the same in regards to you can't snap the ball immediately after no huddling. Like, I'm spamming A or X in this clip and you just can't do it immediately. There's like an extra 2 or 3 seconds that you have to make adjustments on defense, and you at least have a chance to make adjustments versus these formations that are really hard to stop. And it's a great change, and you guys are going to definitely have a better time on defense. Now, with that being said, I talked about the patch notes for long enough. Let's go ahead and talk about the blitz pickup. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the pass protection against nickel blitz 0. So what we're going to do is flip nickel blitz 0. I'll show you the setup, and then I'll talk about the pass protection. We'll go ahead and use gun bunch to demonstrate this. However, if you follow the setup, you can use this pass protection against or out of whatever formation that you're in, so long as you have a running back in the backfield. If you're an MT, obviously you can't block this blitz. Like, that's not going to happen. So let's go ahead and set up the blitz. Press shift your linebackers away from your slot cornerback. We're going to globally blitz all of our linebackers, so we get this other linebacker in a blitz. So D-pad right stick down, that blitzes all of our linebackers. Then RB to open this menu, and then RB again to quarterback contain. And that's basically how you set up the 6-man. And if you're facing a different formation than gun bunch, you'll have to bring the slot cornerback in. Make sure the slot cornerback is on a blitz. On a contain, my bad. So this is what it looks like. We'll go ahead and snap the ball. And you're going to see what happens. Usually 2 guys are going to come in if they send the running back out. It's usually going to be the linebacker, and then somebody off this slot cornerback side is going to come in as well. So that is what the blitz looks like when you don't do anything. And now real quick, all I'm going to do is block my running back, and I'm not going to do any additional pass protections, and we're going to take a look at what happens. So here we go. As you can see, this looper still comes in, and they still get a +1. We're blocking 6v6. They're still getting a +1. So we have to find a way to get 6v6 picked up a large majority of the time. And I want to say that I have 3 different protections against this. I have a protection where we have the running back on the opposite side of the slot cornerback. I have a protection where the running back is on the same side as the slot cornerback. And then I have a way to pick it up with our tight end as well. I'm going to include the 2 other protections on acemadden.com. If you guys remember, go to the tip section. You guys will see the pass protections in there. And you can use all 3. And it's going to make your life so much easier against this formation. But for this video, I'm going to show you the setup where we block the running back on the opposite side of the slot cornerback. So what we're going to do here is we're going to block our running back. And then we're going to slide our offensive line towards the slot cornerback. So it's right in this case. So LB, right stick to the right. As you can see, our angles from our right tackle and right guard, they're slanted to the right. That's how you know that they've registered. And then LB and then A or X to ID the mic. Left stick down, ID the nose tackle. And this is going to pick up the loop, like I would say 90% of the time. It's not 100%, but as you can see, the pressure was still quite good, but everybody was picked up. You don't have to worry about getting looped. It's just the pressure is kind of in our face because this nose tackle ends up kind of pushing the center into us. But as you can see, everybody is accounted for. So we'll go ahead and do it again just to show you it's not a fluke. Block your running back, slide towards the slot cornerback, ID the nose tackle. Do it again. As you can see, pass protection works. Now let me talk about a few other things that I consider pretty important in regards to picking up this blitz. So let's go ahead and talk about fundamentally why this blitz is so good. First of all, if you look at the play art on the left, you see that there's going to be 4 blitzers, right? You have the nose tackle, you have the blitzing linebacker, you have the defensive end, and you have the outside linebacker and contain. If you don't block anybody extra, all you have is a center, a left guard, and a left tackle to account for 4 players. Like, that's all you have. So there's going to be a natural +1. It's a really good overload to that side. And then on the right side, it's just kind of a glitchy alignment. Like, the loop happens. So when you have that in tandem, getting 2 free versus 5 blockers is going to happen a large majority of the time. Like, this is a really nice blitz setup. And I just wanted to point that out because typically speaking, you're going to want your running back to be on the same side as the overload. Because if you block your running back, as you can see, we now have 4 blockers on the left side. So we have the left tackle, left guard, center, and our running back versus 4 blitzers. And now we can successfully pick up that overload with no problems. And then, like I said earlier in the video, if you guys want additional pass protections like the tight end blocking, or if your running back is on the same side as the slot cornerback, we have those on acemadden.com. Just go to the tip section. I'm going to put the link in the description and the comment section. You guys can go check that out. But one thing I want to mention is hovering and engaging. And we'll go ahead and show you that real quick. So we've been showing all of our setups where the user is just kind of right here behind the defensive tackle. But when their blitz stops coming in, some of them might attempt to like come down into one of these gaps and, you know, find a player to engage with. And what I'm going to say about that is if they successfully engage, they're basically sending 7 at us and they're going to have a +1. That's only if they get the engage. So like right here, just like that, you see how he still comes in. If they start doing that, here's your counter. Let's go ahead and do it again. I'm not going to set up pass protection because we're just going to mug this gap here. This is going to be your counter. So you know he's mugging this gap right here. So what you can do is maybe put the running back on a wheel or something. We'll go ahead and snap the play. As you can see, the running back is wide open. Like, who's going to user him? When they start doing this, just send everybody out. Send everybody out on a route and start throwing really quickly. They're going to have to gamble with their adjustments. As you can see, the safety on the left side is crossman to the tight end. You could throw it to the tight end quickly. And they can't really get there to defend the tight end if they are tapping. So 2 of our guys are open immediately. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's definitely going to make your life quite a bit easier against this blitz. And it's a blitz that you're going to see a lot. And having an answer is just going to make you a lot more comfortable. No, it's not 100% of the time, but I would say 90%. And it coming in that one time is no big deal, I don't think. I don't know if 100% exists. Maybe we'll find it. If we do, I'll definitely post it. But for now, this is the best we have. And like I said, if you want the other 2 pass protections, acemadden.com, become a member, and you'll have access to all of the tips and the ebooks that we have on the site. See you guys tomorrow.